How's it going, guys? This is the EP Armory AR-9 lower, and disregard all the metal shavings. I gotta clean them out. That was him working on this guy. So, number one issue I had, and this is not bashing EP Armory. This is typical gunsmithing 101. The ejector was too high. They tell you to epoxy this guy and the lower receiver. They give you this separate, and then you got to put it in there, epoxy it, and then fit it. I just went ahead and drilled a couple holes where the holes are in this ejector. Put pieces of hook hanger in there, which is temporary for right now because I didn't want to go to the hardware store. It's Christmas, or day after Christmas. I ground down the ejector because it was rubbing on my bolt, and I still need to polish that up some. And sucker's pretty solid. No, not much of any wiggle. But when I went to close my upper, I ran into an issue, and it looks like there's too much material here on the upper. So what I did was I took a little off right here where you can see the gray, a little over here too, because people were having issues with these takedown pins not lining up properly, and they're so used to aluminum lowers that they think everything should just fall together when you're doing it 80%, and it all comes down to gunsmithing. So yes, it's kind of tight. I accidentally pushed the pin in. It's a tight fit, that is indeed. And you gotta squish it down in there. And I think some of it is because of my ejector, but you gotta push down and then get your, here, let's just use the floor. Takedown pins lined up. And see that? This goes right in there. And if you look, this is just a hair off still. So I don't have any issues. It just pushes on in through. Since I fixed that issue, like I said, you'll have to take just a fuzz off of here on this upper. I had to. And on here, I took a diamond file, round file, and kind of hit the top side where it was off. Just a fuzz, maybe 4 or 5 passes at the file. Finally got my bolt catch in. Let me check that out. But everything is working. Trigger fires. I bought their mag release. They don't give you a pen. I used a Glock 26 mag, or not mag, slide release pin that holds your spring for your slide release, the one above the locking block. I drilled this out with a 3mm and stopped about halfway through here. The reason I do that is because I don't want this pen falling out. So yes, it protrudes just a fuzz, but I left it that way in case I decide to go with a aluminum lower. I can just hook onto it with some pliers there and pull it out. But I tried Glock mags, Magpul mags, ETS mags, no feeding issues. They all drop and have no issues at all. The only complaint that I have is this. Now, some 9 mag releases have the shank that goes through and threads in. This, if they didn't, I guess per se, if you got the option like I did, if they just left this not milled out, so it doesn't look ugly, but it's going to be a beater. So anyhow, if you have issues, hopefully that will help you.